To fully appreciate the story of Job's daughters, one must first understand the trials and eventual restoration of their father, Job. The Book of Job is a profound exploration of faith, suffering, and divine justice, with Job himself epitomizing the endurance of faith through unimaginable trials. Job, a man of great wealth and righteousness, faces a series of catastrophic losses orchestrated by Satan, with God's permission, to test his faith. In a rapid succession of calamities, Job loses his property, his servants, and tragically, all his children. Job's initial response is one of incredible faith and humility. "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." As Job's trials continue, he is afflicted with painful sores all over his body. His wife, in despair, urges him to curse God and die, but Job remains steadfast in his faith, refusing to sin with his lips. Throughout the dialogues with his friends, who wrongly attribute his suffering to sin, Job maintains his integrity, persistently seeking answers from God. Finally, God responds, challenging Job with questions that display his sovereignty and the vastness of his creation. Although Job's questions are not directly answered, he is brought to a deeper understanding of God's power and wisdom. Job repents for his overreaching questions, and God restores his fortunes, giving him twice as much as he had before. In the latter part of the book of Job, following his trials and restoration, there is a specific mention of Job's new family, including his daughters. Job 42, 12-13 tells us, "The Lord blessed the latter days of Job more than his beginning, and he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters." The story of Job's daughters is unique in several ways. Firstly, their names are recorded, which is uncommon for women in the Bible. Job 42:14 states, "He named the first Jemimah, the second Keziah, and the third Keren-Happuch." The significance of their names is profound, each reflecting aspects of beauty and value. Jemimah means day or dove, symbolizing light or peace. Keziah is derived from a spice, possibly cassia, denoting fragrance or value. And Keren-Happuch translates to horn of eye paint, suggesting beauty or adornment. Furthermore, the biblical account notes the extraordinary beauty of Job's daughters, stating, "In all the land were found no women so beautiful as the daughters of Job." This recognition of their physical beauty is notable, but it also serves as a metaphor for the restoration and blessing of Job's latter life. Another remarkable aspect of Job's daughters' story is their inheritance. In an era when daughters typically did not receive a share of the inheritance, Job ensures his daughters are not overlooked. Job 42:15 states, "And their father gave them an inheritance among their brothers." This act reflects not only Job's love and fairness, but also signifies a break from traditional patriarchal norms, underscoring the value and dignity Job places on his daughters. The story of Job's daughters, while brief, is rich in symbolism and lessons. Their lives represent beauty born out of suffering, a restoration that brings hope and light after a period of darkness. Just as their father Job was restored and blessed after his profound trials, the beauty and honor bestowed upon his daughters symbolize the restoration of joy and the flourishing of life where there once was desolation. The naming and specific mention of Job's daughters in the narrative highlight the importance of recognizing and valuing each individual in the family, regardless of gender. This inclusion and the provision of an inheritance to them is a progressive and significant act, reflecting a divine principle of equality and fairness. The story of Job's daughters teaches us about the transformative power of suffering and restoration. Their beauty and blessing serve as a metaphor for the greater spiritual restoration and renewal that can emerge from trials. In the larger context of Job's story, their lives remind us that, though suffering is often mysterious and challenging, it can lead to a deeper understanding of life, beauty, and God's purposes. In conclusion, the story of Job's daughters, nestled within the broader narrative of Job's trials and restoration, carries profound symbolic weight. It speaks of hope, renewal, and the acknowledgement of the worth and dignity of all individuals. As we reflect on their story, we are reminded that even in the aftermath of the greatest losses and trials, there can be a new beginning, marked by beauty, fairness, and blessing.